في الأعوام الأخيرة أطلقت هوليوود أفلاماً عدة تسلط الضوء على قضايا السود في ماضي وحاضر الولايات المتحدة من أجل تغيير الصور النمطية التي كانت تطرحها في القرن الماضي. هذه الأيام ينطلق فيلم بلايند سبوتينج الذي يدور حول زميلين يعملان شريكين في نقل الأثاث. الأول أسود البشرة وهو كولين، أطلق سراحه من السجن بشكل مشروط ويعيش في خوف دائم من الشرطة، ويزيد رعبه عندما يشاهد مقتل شاب أسود على يد شرطي. والثاني أبيض وهو مايلز، غوغائي متمرد على القانون والمجتمع ولا يعير اهتماما بالسلطة. أحداث بلايند سبوتينج تدور في مدينة أوكلاند شمالي كاليفورنيا التي كانت مرتعاً لتجارة المخدرات التي نبعت من الفقر المدقع في أوساط الأغلبية السوداء، ومركز حزب الفهود السودي الذي مارس العنف ضد السلطات في الستينيات. ولكن الفيلم يطرح واقعاً جديداً من نظرتين مختلفتين من مؤلفيه وبطليه، الأسود دافيد جيدز والأبيض رافائيل كاسيل، اللذين ولدا وترعرعا في المدينة.
Miles and Colin are composites of people that we grew up around. We're from the same area, we're from the same community, so obviously there's a lot of shared experiences there. I know Miles is because I also grew up around black and brown people predominantly, and so like I understand the experience that Miles is having.
Miles doesn't seem to care that much. He feels more secure and confident, where Colin is always under pressure, and we feel for him more than for Miles.
The danger that they're in is different, and that is because of skin color, right? But their circumstances are actually very, very similar. Up until 1 year ago when Colin went to jail, Colin and Miles grew up exactly the same.
المحفزة لصنع فيلم بلايند سبوتينج كانت حادثة قتل شاب أسود يدعى أوسكار جرانت على يد شرطي عام 2008 بعد توقيفه اعتباطيا مع زملائه السود في محطة فروتفيل في أوكلاند عندما كانوا عائدين من احتفالات رأس السنة. الحادثة كانت محور فيلم رايان كوغلر محطة فروتفيل عام 2013.
It was 2 blocks away from where I was living at the time. And so all of the discussion in Oakland at the moment was sort of around this tragedy, and so that became the inciting incident for our film. And then it took 10 years for us to make it.
Ryan and us were reacting to the same thing. You know, we were writing a movie that had riots and protests and this massive outcry from the community. And what we learned over the last 10 years is that doesn't move the needle. This is just piled up. There's more and more names that we can't remember and more police shootings, right? So we tried to do in our movie is just talk about that experience.
You know, when I was watching the film, I felt that we're all like Colin. We know the truth, we know the fact, but we are too paralyzed to do anything about it. Do you think that's what's going on in society now?
Well, I think that is a thing that's going on in society. I think Colin's inaction has a lot to do with a very specific set of circumstances. He's on probation. His city is changing in a particular way. He witnesses this horrific event, but speaking out on it could involve him going back to jail. He also is becoming more acutely aware of how his body is valued less than some other people's bodies.
في مطلع الألفية شهدت أوكلاند انتعاشاً اقتصادياً بفضل حضور شركات التكنولوجيا الضخمة في منطقة السيليكون فالي المجاورة لها، ما أسفر عن ارتفاع أسعار المنازل وغلاء المعيشة التي أدت إلى نزوح ما يقارب 50% من السكان السود، ومن بقي منهم أصبح غريباً غير مرغوب به. هذا الموضوع سبره أيضاً رايان كوغلر في فيلمه الأخير الفهد الأسود، حيث وعد بطل القوى الخارقة الأسود بمبادرات من أجل حماية تراث السكان الأصليين في أوكلاند. Gentrification, is it a progress or is it destruction of life?
It's both. It's complicated. The problem is not the new restaurant, right? The problem isn't the new, nicer things to do. The problem is that sometimes you get the sense that that's not for you, right? When the Starbucks pops up on your corner, but they call the police on you when you go into Starbucks, that Starbucks isn't for you. And so why is it in your neighborhood, right? It's an active pushing out of people, but also an erasing of culture. in the interest of making a place palatable to everyone, right? It's a generalization of things. It's everybody likes Starbucks. Let's bring 100 Starbucks in here. That will encourage people to come here and to spend money here, right? That's not why somebody wants to live in your city. Somebody wants to live in your city because of the specificity of it. And so it's this complicated balance of how much culture are we willing to pave over? How many lives are we willing to pretend didn't exist, never existed, in the interest of commerce?
رغم أنه لا يواجه عداء الشرطة أو نبذ المجتمع الجديد له، إلا أن مايلز يرفض التحسين بشدة ويرد بعنف تجاه السكان البيض الجدد.
The white guy among black and brown folks. But his context has changed. There's a great scene where somebody who is an outsider, who is sort of coming in and cherry picking the culture, takes on something of the neighborhood that Miles holds very, very dear, that's like physically a part of him. But Miles has had to fight for his space every moment of his life.
لكن لاحقا نكتشف أن الشرطة اعتقلت كولين وحكم عليه بالسجن بدلا من مايلز الذي ارتكب الجريمة. كولين ليس حالة فريدة، إذ أن عدة دراسات تشير إلى أن معظم المساجين السود في الولايات المتحدة لم يرتكبوا جرائم تستحق الحبس. لهذا تصل نسبتهم في السجون الأمريكية إلى ما يقارب 40%، رغم أنهم يمثلون أقل من 12 من مواطني الولايات المتحدة. وبعد إطلاق سراحهم لا يستطيعون الحصول على وظائف عمل أو تسلق السلم الاجتماعي. هذا الموضوع يعالجه الفيلم السريالي آسف على إزعاجك الذي يعرض حالياً في دور السينما، والذي يسرد قصة بائع أسود أيضاً من أوكلاند يغير نبرة صوته لنبرة صوت أبيض ليصبح أفضل موظف ويترقى إلى قمة شركته. لكن أبرز نجم هوليوودي أسود وهو دينزل واشنطن يرفض أن يلوم العنصرية وحسب.
We know for a fact that so many talented African Americans who don't achieve their goals or prevented or deprived from achieving their big dreams because of their skin color.
That's one of the problems. Now you can make it the only one if you'd like, but it's not the only one. But that's a fact.
من المفارقات أن واشنطن طرح العام الماضي في فيلمه أسوار قصة رب عائلة حرم من ممارسة البيسبول الاحترافي بسبب عرقه الأفريقي وأصبح جامع قمامة.
What if he just wasn't good enough? See, it's so easy to just say, oh, it's because of this. It's because of racism. Oh, I didn't get the job because of that.
I don't know that prejudice is necessarily the problem. It's learning that it's learning how false some of those things are, right? It's applying any idea to everybody or to an entire group of people instead of looking for the specificity in one person. But some of the great surprises in life are being surprised by somebody who you thought was something else, right?
Do you think those stereotypes that have been presented about African Americans in the movies have affected the society's treatment of African Americans?
I'm sure, yeah.
And do you feel now things have changed?
Things have been changing. It didn't start this week. Mm-hmm. I've been in this business 40 years. In the 40 years, things have changed a lot. Things are continually changing for the better.
What drives this change, in your opinion?
Progress. I mean, opportunity, perseverance, sacrifices that people made before my time that maybe some will look and say, oh, I made sacrifices for the next generation. It's what we're supposed to do. That's what I'm supposed to do.
So we have a condition in this country right now of letting issues stockpile and not dealing with them, and we're dealing with trauma fatigue. That's the modern conversation. Sometimes I feel like the art's job is just to reflect it back and name it, so people at least have a reference point to point at and go, that's where we're at right now. And we can rally around that together.
It's up to the adult, it's up to the Troy, it's up to you, it's up to me to change the message.
لا شك أن العنصرية تجاه السود ما زالت متفشية في المجتمع الأمريكي، لكن مثابرة ونضال المثقفين السود ساهمت في حصولهم على مراكز مهمة في وسائل الإعلام والأفلام التي حولوها من منبر تنميط إلى منصة توعية وترويج لحضارتهم. حسام عاصي، BBC.